Hi, my name is Zach. I am a life settlement broker, and a large part of my job is educating clients on the life settlement marketplace. So, another common inquiry might be, what are the pros and cons of doing a life settlement? First and foremost, I think life insurance is a great tool to financially plan for an unexpected early death, certainly for a family or if if you're a business partner. The loss of life could be economically catastrophic in those situations. But the longer we end up living, the less and less these investments, so to speak, turn out to be good investments. So once you reach age 70, you've probably figured out a way to, avoid accidental death, and maybe you've managed your health pretty well. Maybe not. But at this stage, you've probably decided, do I still need this coverage or not? Are your kids grown up? Have you retired from work? Is this policy really still needed, or is it not? And so, the first con of selling your policy would be, that what if scenario. What if I get hit by a bus next week? What if I get cancer next year, and it's uncurable cancer? Those types of things. A life insurance policy is great to have. Obviously, the insurance carrier, if they've issued that policy, they've determined that there's probably a very low probability of you getting hit by a bus or dying of cancer in the near future. Otherwise, they would not be so profitable. So, that what if scenario, if you sell your policy, you no longer have access to that death benefit. But I think there's a lot more pros to selling your policy, and you'll have to make that decision based on your unique scenario. But one of the first pros of selling your policy is getting rid of that financial burden of having to pay that premium. When we buy a house or a car, we have to make payments on the mortgage or the loan, but we're also enjoying that asset at that time. On the other hand, a life insurance policy can be very expensive, especially the older you get, the more your premiums may become. And so if you're paying, $10, $20, even $50,000 a year in premiums, there's no asset to enjoy until the insured passes away. So that's tying up a lot of capital that could be invested elsewhere where you have more control. Maybe you want to invest in a vacation home. Maybe you want to help a child purchase their first home. Maybe you feel more comfortable with an annuity or the stock market. Or maybe you just need additional money to help fund your retirement. Most Americans haven't saved enough for retirement, and if you're paying heavy premiums on a life insurance policy and your budget's already limited, geez, that is a financial burden. So, it's worth looking into a life settlement. There's no obligation to accept an offer, but let's find out how much your policy might be worth. Now, if you've got a $500,000 policy and you're in pretty good health, and you're expecting $300,000, that's probably not going to work out that way. The numbers aren't going to crunch to make sense. But let's take a look, and maybe getting rid of it is more valuable to you than keeping it. The investors that buy these policies have very deep pockets. They can afford to keep these policies in force, as long as they're making a reasonable interest rate each year on the money that they've invested. So if you'd like to get in touch, want to get a free appraisal, click on the link below in the video description, fill out our free appraisal request form, or give me a call at 213-784-1481. I look forward to helping you learn more about the life settlement market.